In this lesson, we're going to learn an acting method so easy and so effective that people think it's cheating, but it's not. So settle yourselves in. We're going Interstellar. How do you act 23 years of regret in 2 minutes? Seriously, think about it now. You might think the answer is some grand sweeping speech or a loud theatrical breakdown, but in one of modern cinema's most heartbreaking moments, Christopher Nolan and Matthew McConaughey taught us all a lesson. The secret to an unforgettable performance isn't what you see on screen, it's what the actor sees off it. We're about to break down how this one scene in Interstellar is a quiet masterclass for every actor. More importantly, we're going to introduce its core technique, which we will call Proxy Screen, to create the raw, authentic reactions that will make your performances impossible to forget. So let's set the stage. Cooper, McConaughey's character, has left his family on a dying Earth to find a new home for humanity. After a quick disastrous trip to a water planet where time gets twisted, 1 hour there is 7 back home, Cooper and his crew get back to their ship. For them, it's been a few hours. For their family, it's been 23 years. This is something to do with
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
The faster you're travelling, the slower time passes, or something like that. A whole backlog of video messages is waiting for him. And right here, Christopher Nolan makes a directorial choice that's so simple, it's genius. He doesn't show us the screen Cooper is watching. We do get to see the screen, but it's never in the same shot. We don't know really what the actor is looking at. Could be absolutely anything. Genius here is that this was an acting choice just as much as a filmmaking one. Nolan filmed McConaughey's reaction first, which is the complete opposite of how it's normally done. The videos of Cooper's now grown-up kids had already been filmed, but McConaughey had never seen that footage.
That was a Monday morning, first shot up. It's not a scene about knowing the dialogue. It's not about saying the right word. It's about reacting. I walk in and I am in my own zone to receive whatever is going to happen in the scene. We rehearsing live, roll. And what you see in that take, that's the first take. Everything after take 1 is acting. Take 1 is where you really are reacting. So I wanted to see that tape of the footage of my children in the movie for the first time, not have any anticipation of what's going to come next or what they're going to say next. Or I wanted to and just receive it and then let happen what happens. I'm not trying to do anything in that scene.
So what we get to witness isn't acting. It's a real live reaction. So what Nolan and McConaughey utilised here was a powerful tool that every actor should have in their back pocket. And believe me, it's not just for sci-fi. Basically, the proxy screen is when you generate an absolutely authentic reaction by watching a screen that you can see, but the audience can't. So it doesn't matter to them whether it's part of the story or not. What you're really watching doesn't have to be what the audience thinks you're watching. Now, why does this work so well? It's because it bypasses your actor brain and goes straight into your human brain. When you try to act angry or act sad, you're thinking about all sorts of things, not least of which, what your face should be doing. And that is when acting seems hollow and fake. The proxy screen flips that script. Good acting is reacting, but to react properly, you need something to react to. Instead of trying to fake emotion, you can use a real stimulus to produce a real physiological reaction. Your brain doesn't care about context. If you're watching a video of puppies and that always makes you smile, then your face will genuinely light up. If you're watching a news story that rips your heart out, then you will cry. The scene that we looked at when we were looking at Al Pacino's technique, I think we'll put the video up there. I've watched that 100+ times. I know exactly the technique that Pacino uses, and I know exactly what Francis Ford Coppola is doing with the directing, with the music, with the editing. And yet, every single time I watch it, it hits me and I get a psychological response and I'll always cry. Another one that I might use is that there's a video of soldiers in the Vietnam War, and it's the accompanying music is He Ain't Heavy by the Hollies. Now, that always sets me off too. But the important thing is that I can control that. I'm not opening up some dreadful psychological can of worms which might eventually take me over, or at the very least cause me problems. By using this technique, the audience sees your character in a scene, smiling a real smile or crying real tears, and they assume you're reacting to the story. Your long-lost lover has just reappeared, or you've just received some dreadful news. They map your authentic reactions onto the character that you're playing and the story that they're watching. And this technique solves one of an actor's biggest fears, the fear of faking it. You can't fake a real reaction. When you use a proxy screen, you're giving the audience a real, authentic, emotional reaction for them to analyse, making the moment deeply personal and believable to them. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? Well, it comes down to 3 steps. Step 1 is to find your stimulus. This is your homework and it's the most important part. You need to build a personal library of emotional triggers. Instead of just thinking my character is sad, you need to be able to go to your library, to your filing cabinet, and use something that will always reliably make you sad. You need to populate this library, this filing cabinet, with reliable pieces so that when you're faced with a situation where your character needs to be sad, you know that you've got something up your sleeve or in your back pocket that you can draw on, and you know that it will make you sad. I referenced the Pacino moment earlier, and that works for me. Your phone is your best friend here. If you've got a cartoon moment that always makes you laugh, save it. That video of a soldier returning home to their dog and that always makes you cry, save that too. Keep it handy. Find the photos, the music, the videos, the news clips, anything that gives you a constant, visceral, physical reaction. But you've got to be specific. You're not looking for something that might work. You're looking for emotional open goals. You do this work in private, building up your library of emotional stimuli before you ever get to the set. You're loading an emotional gun. Step 2, place it in your space. Once you have your trigger, you need to set it up so you can use it on set, obviously with the permission of the director. This is about logistics. Your stimulus needs to have a physical address. Your eye line needs a specific target. So this is your proxy screen, a phone, a tablet, a laptop placed just off camera, right where the character would be looking. If you're supposed to be reacting to a character across the room, place the stimulus there. If you're reacting to a text message, hold it in your hand. This does 2 things. First, it makes your performance incredibly specific. It directs your energy in one direction. Second, it grounds your reaction in the physical world, making it feel immediate. You're building a bridge from a real-world object to your character's emotional state. Cooper wasn't just imagining videos, he was looking at a specific prop, the screen. That became the vessel for his experience. Step 3 is to let go and react. This is the last and perhaps the hardest step. You've done the prep, you've got your stimulus loaded up on your proxy screen. Now your only job is to trust the work and let go. This is the moment of surrender where you stop acting and start experiencing. You press play, you look at the screen and you just allow. You allow yourself to have an honest reaction to the stimulus that you've chosen. Don't push for a certain reaction, don't judge, just react. Like Matthew McConaughey, get ready to receive. If you feel a laugh coming, let it happen. If tears well up, let them fall. If rage comes, let it roar. The audience will never know that you were crying over Toy Story or Up. They will think it's your character's tragic backstory because they will believe the truth of your reactions. The authenticity is in the allowing, not the controlling. So from this journey through time and space, we've learnt a really important technique for actors. The most powerful reactions don't come from showing an emotion. They come from creating a real physiological response and trusting that the audience will connect it to your character. The camera and audience can always tell the difference between a performance that's for show and one that is truly lived. And as Cooper shows us, the secret isn't always in the story you're telling, but in the real, raw, and authentic reactions that you get from your personal stories on your perfectly hidden proxy screen. This channel provides tons of free acting advice every week. Advice that would cost thousands if you were getting it from a conventional drama school. All we ask in return is that you help us get to 1,000 subscribers by liking and subscribing to the channel. Even better, you could leave us a comment. That really helps. Tell us what you think of this video. Tell us what kind of videos you'd like us to make in future. Are there any particular acting techniques that you want to work on? We see and respond to all of your comments. This is a lesson of me working a screen masterclass with the students of the Acting Academy. So click on that one if you're interested. It's an hour long. You don't have to watch it all at this time. Well, this one is a breakdown of Hugh Grant's performance in the film Heretic. You'll enjoy it. And I'll see you in whichever one you choose. Bye.